Dancing Museums is a research project, and it's a project, a collaboration project between 5 dance organizations and 8 museums. The 5 dance organizations come from 5 different countries. And in the project we wanted to address the question how to enhance a spectator's experience in a museum by putting dance, contemporary dance, and visual arts together in a different way than bringing dance as a performance to the museum, but dance as an art form that could trigger different ways of approaching the public or approaching a spectator's experience in the museum. We received European funding for the project, and the funding allowed us to have a research trajectory of 2 years. We started in summer 2015 in Bassano del Grappa, which was the first encounter, and it was clear that we were all very excited about the project because we didn't really know what we were embarking on, because it was something that wasn't in that sense or in this form ever researched, at least not to our knowledge. So we had a very strong first encounter with all the museum people, the museum educating people, the dance artists, the 5 dance artists, extremely important to the project, if not crucial, and the dance organizations, the partners.
When we were asked to join Dancing Museums by the Rotterdam partner Dansateliers, we were very triggered by the idea of stimulating new ways of experiencing art in the museum, and we imagined a lot could be learned from the world of dance and choreography within our museum practice. Following the 5 choreographers during those 2 years gave us much more insight in their expertise, which is really into the field of human relations, in interacting as a person with your surroundings, interaction between people and artworks, personal experiences.
So one of the most amazing things about being involved in Dancing Museums was having access to the museum, both front stage, front of house and backstage. So I was able to access the art handling team at the National Gallery and witness them moving these fragile paintings around. It raised questions about what the public see in a museum. And so I wanted to find a way in which I could assemble some activities that the public don't see, but that are essential to a function of a museum, and bring them to the foreground of a public viewing experience.
As an education department, we are very much involved with including the public in our museum, which is most of the time about sharing knowledge about our collections. But of course we also want to stimulate an other than rational approach to art, because looking at art is a very personal experience, and that's why we also offer programs with music or programs for children or other kinds of experience within the museum to stimulate this very personal relationship with art.
It's a term called museum fatigue that visitors experience. So visiting a museum can actually be a very painful experience, and there's often never anywhere comfortable to sit. And I remember wanting to be able to look at a painting. I wanted to basically lie down in a really comfortable bed and be propped up and be able to just look into the colour of this painting for a very long time. But of course, because I was in the middle of a gallery, that wasn't possible. So I started to think about creating, as a choreographer or as a dance artist, as someone that is embodied or uses their body a lot, is very practical with their body, and is interested in designing experiences. How can I create a really supported viewing experience?
To me, what was special or what was very encouraging to hear from the museum partners is that they felt that dance as an art form is so crucial to them. We tend to feel small in terms of the dance art form is a rather small discipline compared to theater or to music or to museums. But the fact that they stressed the fact that the living body, the moving body to them was so important for the encounter with the audience or the encounter with art, to me was extremely encouraging to hear, to be, acknowledged in the importance of dance, the importance of the discipline that I have been working in already for 30 years. That was a beautiful thing to me.
One of the most important outcomes of this project for us as a museum is that it really sharpened our view on what crossover programming means. Dancing in museums is not about staging a performance as such. It is much stronger if you really include the dance artist in your museum. And I thought it was amazing how strong their European network was, how much they exchanged and interacted with each other and dealt with each other's differences as well. And I think that's very interesting for us as museums as well.
I think even though the project is finished, I mean, we did bring it to an end. We all feel that we're not finished yet. We haven't finished researching all the possibilities that we feel are still to be discovered. So we will definitely continue with the research. We will definitely continue with most of the partners, and I'm sure that other partners will become part of a next phase. I think it's important to realize that the collaboration, as it has been in the project over the 2 years, actually continues on a local level. Each dance partner has a continuous relationship with the museum, and for example here in Rotterdam, Connor, he will be an entry in an exhibition in the fall. I think what is also beautiful to identify is that within the project, collaborations have started to arise. For example, Connor and Lucy, who are actually collaborating at the moment. So it has had an effect on many levels in terms of possible collaborations, but definitely we are not done with the project. It will continue, and we don't know yet exactly how, but we will find a way.